proud. It's pretty cool that I'm like so high up on the card after my first fight. I wouldn't say it carries any pressure being undefeated. I'd say it keeps me honest. It keeps me kind of determined. Everybody's happy. Everybody's kind of training very hard. Everybody's always training hard here. There's no really such a thing as training camps on over this side of the pond, to be honest. But aye, the vibes have been very good. I says on a post recently that my kind of thought process has been different. Don't really know how to explain that or articulate that, but you'll see soon. Fans can expect an explosive finish.
Before I even started MMA, I used to watch Cage Warriors, and I always said I wanted the yellow gloves. I've never bought them, so I always said I wanted to wear them the first time when I get them on. So I always, in my head, I've always thought and always knew that I would get here, but it puts icing on the cake with it being in Glasgow, 20 minutes from my house. Just fight week, everything seems different. You're no away, you're not cooked up in a hotel. I'm at my own comforts in the gym. I just can't wait. I can't explain. I put everything into this, and on the night I'm going to show a really, really stellar performance.
So I'm one of the OGs in Scotland at the moment. I feel I'm coming to the end of my career, and it's been such a long time for we've seen Cage Warriors come to Glasgow, come to Scotland, put on an event like this. We've got the talent. We just need Cage Warriors to come up here more often to showcase that, and this card is going to be huge. We see it by the numbers that they sell tickets at, and we see it by the talent that's there. There's at least 3 champions going to be on that card who are going to work their way to become champions, and guys like Chris Bungard, Sean Clancy, Reese, a whole host of guys there. A group of Scottish people get together and they're flying the flags, and they hear their own, and they're there to support their local heroes, and they're there to support Scottish talent. The place erupts, and you're going to hear 5,000 fans going absolute wild when the first Scottish guy steps on there to the last Scottish guy steps on there. So I can't wait to be part of that noise.
I don't think I could climb up in that.
Nah.
I don't think I could. That's a 2 or 3 man job. It's like, you help me up and then I chuck you the cone. It's almost like Scotland versus the rest of the world, and in my opinion that's the way it should be.
There's a lot of gyms that will have fights against each other at an amateur level, but at this level, at professional level, we should all come together and try and make Scotland great again. And if we look at football, like the national team's absolutely on fire right now. Like, there's no reason why we can't do that in MMA and make Scotland a world-class nation. We
should get the blue Trump hats, but it says "Make Scotland Great Again." That's what we should get, man. But keep them blue and white and no red and white.
As a nation, we've always got our backs up against the wall. We're always underdogs, and we've all got tough fights.
Aye.
We've all got extremely tough fights.
Especially me and you.
Yeah, I know.
That's why we're main event and co-main event, bro.
My fight, I'm fighting a former UFC veteran called Cameron Else. If you want a prediction from me, I see a round 2, round 3 finish, but ultimately, like, I want to stay away from any cliches. I just want to put on an absolute MMA masterclass and outclass a guy that was deemed good enough for the UFC and show that I'm ready for that level.
Hide that guy and all.
When I started first training in MMA, this would be best case scenario, to be honest. Major promotion coming up to Scotland, getting to share the card with all the people I've been training with for the past 7-8 years. It's an absolute honour. Really excited. It's going to be madness. I can't see it any other way. You've seen it in the past few shows down south when Chris or Reese or any of the other Scottish guys are fighting. Scottish fans are the loudest there, screaming and shouting. Can definitely be heard no matter where they are in the arena. So when there's 5,000 or so of them, it's going to be deafening. Can't wait.
I don't know loads about him. He's obviously going to be a good enough fighter. He's relatively similar record to me, but I just think I'm a lot better skilled. I've got better experience across the board, and I'm sure he'll bring his best, but I don't think it'll be enough. I would say I've matured in my style and my life, my career. I've fought other promotions, I've gained way more experience, and now I've kind of taken all of that, zoned in on, smaller aspects of my game and my training camp, and now I feel like I'm back better than ever. Oh, it's perfect. Even I signed in December, and then a week or two later, the announcer were coming back to Scotland, and the date worked perfectly for me. It all just literally fell in together perfectly. The atmosphere is going to be banging, man, especially because on the main card it'll be nice and busy at that point. Yeah, they're gonna get a surprise.
One of the most famous Scottish things that I can think of is a deep fried Mars bar. Have you ever had one, Chris?
I've had hundreds. When I was a wee guy, I've not had one in a good few years right now.
Could you go one right now?
I could. I'd love to actually try it in front of these guys in the camera, but obviously it's not going to sit well in their stomachs right now.
Nah.
In Scotland, the football usually divides the country, but when it comes to fighting, it pulls the country together in one direction. Every time a Scottish fighter makes a walk, or every time a Scottish fighter finishes a fight or gets his hand raised, I want the crowd just to go fucking mental, like a Champions League night at Braehead or Ibrox, or a Scottish night in Hampden. I want the place just to erupt every time that happens. So after there, he's a bit of that.
Every punch, every takedown, every bit of momentum, let's go mental.